Alrighty, everybody, welcome back to more Monkey Hero Adventures. We finished our Bahamut raid, we finished our Crystal Tower raid, and now we are going to continue with the Realm Reborn story up into Heavensward. We will be doing a video on Palace of the Dead, but we are going to wait until we beat a Realm Reborn first, and then we will move on to that. So let's continue our story with Minfilia here. The Price of Principles. Monkey, it pleases me to see you well. Do excuse me for interrupting, Monkey. My lady, the gentleman from Ashaga Exports, has just left. I understand now why you didn't want to receive him. You did well, Tataru. Please inform the guests that we will not be receiving any further guests this morning. Thank you, my lady. Ever since we defeated Gaius Van Belsor and destroyed his ultimate weapon, the eyes of the world has followed our every move, scarce remembering to blink. Where once we worked in secret, with precious few friends and all too many enemies, we are now besieged by benefactors, each one more eager than the last to offer us his complete support. A true embarrassment of riches. Of course, every promise of patronage comes with a price. Some make their intentions known from the start, while others endeavor to engage us more subtly. Dress it how they will, the message is ever the same. We shall help you, but only if it helps us. The gentleman Tataru spoke of was more brazen than most. In exchange for certain supplies, he would have us resolve a business dispute. Naturally, I refused him, as I have every other merchant of his ilk. Alas, the syndicate's overtures are not so easily rejected. When we formed the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, it was the goal of serving Eorzea, not the interests of individual Eorzeans. Our neutrality is fundamental to our cause. In my heart, I know this to be true, and yet, if accepting these offers of patronage could empower us to do greater good, might they not warrant greater consideration? Our Baldessian colleagues have been generous beyond measure, but we cannot expect them to... Forgive me, I did not mean to burden you so. It's fine. Yet, my urge to share this dilemma may not wholly be misguided. Might I impose upon you to consult the others? They are like to have their own opinions on the matter. Let's see what the other Scions have to say. Alright, Vanguard, what you think? Fortune begets power, and power fortune. That we, and especially you, have power is beyond doubt. The question is, what to do with it? You may be interested to know that there is a growing belief amongst the refugees that Alamigo could be liberated, if only the Scions would commit their strength to the cause. Yet theirs is but one of many causes. We stand at a crossroads, Monkey. Each path is paved with good intentions, but where they lead is far from clear. What do you think, Y'shtola? Recall our meeting with the Admiral, shortly after the Leminson sent word of summoning Titan. Then mayhap you may also recall my words to our host. I said unto Merowib that her people had broken the treaty with the kobolds, and that the beastmen had justly responded. That we have been called to intervene in a conflict with which she herself had invited. I spoke in short the truth. And wherefore did I speak? Because, owing no allegiance to Limpsa, I felt no compulsion to allow Leminsians to distort the facts to fit a narrative which justified their actions and absolved them from guilt. Upon this subject, Minfilia can expect a similar reply. Our many dalliances with the city-states have already weakened our claim to neutrality. but the path she contemplates would see us relinquish it entirely. I've been receiving lots of gifts lately, but Papa Limo keeps making me send them back. It wouldn't be so bad, but some of them are really nice. I mean, very nearly abandon your principles nice, you know? None can deny that we would benefit from support, but if it comes at the cost of our principles, neutrality is ever a delicate matter. I've lost count of the times I've had to explain to people that our allegiances need not necessarily lie in the same place as our headquarters. Mind you, if we are to sell our services for Gil, we might as well declare our fealty to Ul'dah now, and have done with it. I'm quite sure Ida would enjoy the bribes. 'Tis the lot of powerful to attract the covetous as well as the needy. Thus doth prudence dictate that those with power profit aid on one hand, whilst other resteth ever on their hilt. Alas, we have not the luxury of time to decipher our petitioner's machinations. Nay, not while the beast tribes do labor unseen, defiant in defeat to rise up their fallen primals once more. Doubt not they shall return, stronger and bolder both, nor that we shall be the ones to meet them. This sacred charge shall ever be ours. 'Tis but a pity we are so few, and our fortune so finite. What do you think, Alphino? You're already rich. The situation is not wholly unexpected. I too have given much thought to our organization's future, though it would seem I have reached a different conclusion. Mayhap it is time I made my feelings known to the antecedent. Come along, monkey. Alphino, monkey, is aught amiss? You desired counsel, and so you shall have it. Minfilia, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, must leave Ul'dah. We must do what? So long as we remain with Ul'dah territory, we will never be free to act with impunity. Moving our headquarters to Vesper Bay only delayed the inevitable. We have demonstrated our capabilities, and the Syndicate has taken note. They will not suffer our organization to remain independent now. We are far too dangerous for that. Surely you realize that they are the reason Vesper Bay still lacks an Aetheryte. They know full well how beneficial one would be to our cause, which is why it and other favors will be denied unless we cooperate. If Ul'dah is no longer suitable, where would you have us go? Experience has taught that the appearance of neutrality is as important as the reality. Accordingly, we must keep each of the great nations at arm's length, and plant our banner in a place which all agree to be beyond their borders. Mordona. Revenant's Toll, to be precise. It lies within neutral territory and offers all the essential facilities we require. By way of an additional benefit, it also frequented by a veritable legion of adventurers who may serve to supplement our ranks. I am, of course, conscious of the fact that we have developed a certain bond with Ul'dah and her people over the years, but I truly believe that this is the best course of action. As you yourself observed, we have invaluable ties to the local community, forged through years of concerted effort. Ul'dah is our home, Alphino. To cast aside everything we built and start anew in that desolate wasteland would be beyond reckless. The decision is yours to make, Antecedent. I only ask that you recall the shared purpose which first moved us to found the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and which moved you to the path of the 12 ere that. We aspire to an ideal, you and I, just as my grandfather did. That makes us more than mere comrades in arms. We are as much your family as... That will be all, Alphino. I am sure you have some familiar affairs you need to attend to. Your concern is most generous, but no. I have left them in the hands of men better suited to the task than I. I cannot very well allow my personal affairs to come before the needs of the Order, after all. Leave Ul'dah. Has it truly come to this? Oh, Monkey, pray attend to Alphino. He is engaged in some business or other and requires your assistance. Pray be on your way. Alphino waits upon you, and I have much to think about. Oh, and tell him he should have my answer in due time. Confound it. She knows what must be done, and still she hesitates. All because of these fanciful rumors. I should explain. Minfilia's mother, well, adopted mother, was among the great many who perished during the calamity. Flamine was her name, though you may know her better as the songstress of Ul'dah. She was a performer of singular talent, and much beloved by the people of Eorzea, not to mention a certain Charlian minstrel. As you may imagine, the news of her passing was greeted with shock and disbelief by her adoring followers, many of whom refused to acknowledge what had happened. That her body was never found only served to encourage speculation. Minfilia too struggled at first to accept the truth, but as Flamine's absence stretched for months into years, she saw there was no other explanation. Until recently, at any rate. For whatever reason, rumors have once again begun to circulate that Flamine is alive and well. One of our informants, Father Iliad, has sent word that a woman matching the songstress' description has been seen of late at a seaside resort at Costa del Sol. If we could succeed in tracking her down, I have no doubt that any worries that now plague Minfilia's heart might be assuaged. I mean to set forth for Lenosha at once. Let us reconvene there and inquire with Master Gedgeruju as to the veracity of these rumors. Gedgeruju. O sweet siren of the sands, my Mikote muse, why have you forsaken me? To Titan's bane! I mean, Monkey, what brings you to my humble resort? Flamine! You mean to tell me the goddess made flesh who dwelt among us until very recently was the songstress of Ul'dah? Gods, man! If I had known that, I would have chained her to my bedpost and never let her leave. Oh, for shame. To think that she now piles a trade for riffraff off to the west or wherever she said she was going. It's a tragedy, I say, a tragedy. West, is it? Thank you, Master Gedgeruju. Your information will serve us well. That said, there are any number of places she could be. I shall begin my search by the docks and see if any witnesses might have some knowledge to spare. I would be most appreciated if you could travel to Wineport and do the same.
Well, if it isn't Monkey, the savior of Wineport. To what do we owe the pleasure?
Ah, yes, we did receive a customer matching that description. She was a delight to behold.
to give the woman her due, but her perfume was so ghastly. I had no choice but to eject her from the premises, interfering with tastings, you understand. Is she your quarry? Why not consult your blind associate? His olfactory perception is without peer. Given that I could smell the woman from a mile away, I dare say he could smell her from 10.
Eh? You want to know if I've seen a Makote lass by the name of Flamine? I wish. I haven't seen a lass of any description for far too bloody long. That's pretty sad. I see you have many grand adventures since we last spoke, Monkey. You must share with me them sometime. The girl from a little while ago. One does not forget a perfume like that. So robust and intoxicating, yet simultaneously familiar, reminiscent of a bloom native to these parts, in fact. I said as much when we spoke. She complimented my powers of observation and asked me where she might find some flowers. So I told her, follow the road south into Rain-Catcher Gully, and then head east after crossing the second bridge. The flowers which grow in the shade of the cliff have the strongest scent, you see. If you make haste, you may yet find her there.
I'm coming, Flamine, I'm coming.
I am in your debt, stranger. I did not realize my activities had roused the Gubu's ire until it was too late. Their oils can be used to make a perfume, you see, and I... Flamine? I don't... Who are you? Whom do you serve? It appears you've already found our woman. Consider me impressed, my friend. The songstress of Ul'dah, I presume. Minfilia, or should I say, Acilia, is looking for you. Acilia? You are the very picture of health, milady, yet the world thinks you dead. I can only conclude that this was by design. The question is, why? Not everyone who endeavors to find me does so with the best intentions, child. You will be pleased to know that I am fully intent to reveal myself to Minfilia when the time is right. Oh, well, that does please me, more than you know, but tell me, sojourns in the forest of Lenosha aside, what exactly will be the right time? When I deem it so. Do you imagine I traveled all this way on a whim? As I was telling your associate prior to your intrusion, I came here to harvest these flowers for use in a perfume. Does that satisfy your curiosity, or would you interrogate me further? My apologies for the interruption. Anyway, now that we all have that which we came for, might we continue this conversation in a safer locale? Wineport, say? This is not at all how I envisioned it. I can scarce begin to imagine what emotions will go through Minfilia's heart when she reunites with her mother after all these years. You say my daughter awaits us in Vesper Bay, yes? I have kept her waiting long enough. Let us be off on the next ferry. I can finish fashioning the perfume along the way. Understood. Come with me. It would be my pleasure to escort you to the Waking Sands. Look at that. See, they got smart after the original Things Feel got tired of coming back. And we're going to be moving away from here very soon, so we will not have to keep going back to the Waking Sands. It became a meme. Pray return to the Waking Sands. It's pretty funny. But yes, and I'm all out of those Aetheryte tickets, so... Alright, here we go. Antecedent, you have a guest. Flamine. Acilia. I haven't seen her like this in years, Monkey. I never truly believed it when they told me you were dead, but what kept you away for so long? The Imperials came for me. I always knew that they would, and so I resolved to stay away as far as I could, as far from you as I could, lest their pursuit of me endanger you and our cause. I could think no better way to grant you your freedom than to continue our work. And continue it you did, achieving things I would not have imagined possible. I followed your every success and celebrated in secret. I'm so proud of you, Acilia. I learned from the best. I have a gift for you. Celestia perfume. You remembered. So How could I ever forget? You wore it all the time. If I ever lost sight of you, I could find you again just by following my nose. I did not think it was made anymore. You must have gone to so much trouble. It was no trouble to me, my darling. I fear I cannot say the same for Monkey, however. I could not have made it without him. Thank you, Monkey. Thank you both. There's something else. This is the cat's eye I found. After all these years, you kept it? My father was a member of the Alamegan Resistance. When I was yet a child, he brought me here to Ul'dah. The accident which claimed his life happened shortly after our arrival. It was Lamine who took care of me then. She raised me as her own, taught me everything I needed to know to survive. I am no stranger to the facts of your history, yet I fear I have failed to grasp their implications. It is clear that there is much I do not know, about you and your mother both. One of the first lessons to me concerned mining, and I was a very dedicated student. This cat's eye was the first stone I unearthed. It wasn't much, of course, but I was exceedingly proud to have found it nonetheless. So I gave it to Lamine as a gift. She said it was beautiful. But there I am at a loss. Why are you returning it to me? Is something amiss? No, Cilia, nothing is amiss. Quite the opposite. I need you to realize how far you've come, and how much farther you must still go. You and your allies have accomplished more than I could ever have hoped. You have succeeded where I failed, and made me so proud that words fail me. But even as I marvel at the woman you've become, and at all the many things you've done, I cannot help but think of that which you have yet to do, of what is, and of what it may entail. Asilia, daughter, you cannot stay here anymore. You and the Scions must leave Ul'dah. Lamine. You built it once, Cecilia. You can build it again. And this time, we'll do it together. Truly? Alphino, the time has come for the Scions to leave Vesper Bay. We shall establish a new headquarters in Revenant's Toll, as you proposed. Much work lies ahead of us. Inform our fellow Scions and send word to the students of Baldessian. Preparations begin at once. It is all well and good that we have found ourselves a new home in Revenant's Toll, but there is much to be done, and in so little time. Our first step will be to secure the cooperation of the Adventurers Guild representatives there. Were it not for the Guild's considerable efforts, the original Camp Revenant's Toll would have never been established, much less its more heavily fortified successor. However, with construction still ongoing and resources in short supply, it seems certain that the Guild will require something in return for their support, sympathetic to our cause though they may be. Whatever they ask, I shall not begrudge it. To be plain, we need them more than they need us. With their assistance, such essential tasks as securing new facilities, cultivating relationships with local merchants, and recruiting adventurers would prove difficult, if not impossible. You need not concern yourself with such matters, antecedent. Really, Alphino, if I need concern myself with anything, it is surely matters such as these. Indirectly, perhaps, I submit that you might instead concern yourself with a different matter, namely, to whom the resolution of such matters might best be entrusted. And here I am, nor do I come alone. May I present esteemed emissary of the Adventurers Guild at Revenant's Toll. It is an honor, antecedent. Upon receiving word of your intentions from Master Alphino, we thought it best to begin talks at the earliest available opportunity. Know that my associates at Revenant's Toll hold the Scions of the Seventh Dawn in the highest regard. We should be honored to welcome your organization. There are, of course, certain provisions which must be negotiated. If it please you, I would do so. It does. Sir, unless I am much mistaken, you are the one known as Monkey, are you not? May I say, what a pleasure it is to make your acquaintance. Slafworn spoke of you in the most glowing terms. To steal an Imperial Reaper and then use it to infiltrate a Garlean castrum is undertaking few would contemplate, and fewer still survive. You shall always be welcome at Revenant's Toll. We hope you will favor us with your presence ere long. Well, well. It would seem your reputation precedes you, monkey. Mayhap I should dispatch you to Revenant's Toll with all haste, as first intended. But before that, I dare say you have earned yourself a rest. After all, you have traveled so far, and there is already so much for us to be done. And for me. We will speak again anon. Till then, take care. Ah, monkey, were you able to get some rest? I would ask you to come with me to the solar. Alphino has just returned, and it would seem there is something he would share with us. You're here. Good. I come bearing news. The negotiations are concluded, and our friends at the Adventurers Guild have agreed to furnish us with new facilities and material support in exchange for our assistance in the ongoing defense and development of Revenant's Toll. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn shall have a new home in Mordona, the Rising Stones. A bittersweet victory, if truth be told. I cannot deny that I have come to look forward to Tataru's tales of our many guests and their many, many demands. From the waking sands to the rising stones. Passably poetic. That wasn't your doing, was it? I too have news to share. In expectation of this momentous day, I personally informed the Alliance leaders of our plans, and they have each pledged their full support, General Raubon included. Moreover, I have decided that the time is right for us to cast off the vestiges of the Order's veil of secrecy and announce ourselves to the world. Are you sure that is wise, Antecedent? If anything, it is a mere formality. Our existence is quite possibly the worst kept secret in Eorzea. Let us affirm our identity, proclaim our achievements, that all may know what the Scions of the Seventh Dawn stand for. Well, obvious risks apart, it would be nice to receive a little more recognition. And the people have a right to know who saved them. It is my hope that this gesture will encourage the people of Eorzea to place their trust in us. I would reveal to them the true extent of our power, yes, but in doing so, I would show them that it is a power accountable to no one, and at once to all. And what of us, we who have felled primals and faced down the Empire? To you, my fellow scions, I would say this: prepare for the challenges which lie ahead, for they will be great indeed. Great, I say, yet no greater than us, and we will rise to them, as we have time and time again, united as one. There must be some way I can... Wait, that area is said to be rich in minerals. Maybe I should ask Flamine to teach me the basics of mining, too. Do you ever wonder how he does it? Alphino, I mean. It's almost predictable that he should appear with an emissary of the Adventurers Guild mere moments after I had expressed the need to forge ties between our organizations. Truly, his sense of timing rivals even your own. Setting such mysteries aside for the present, I have a task for you. I would like you to deliver these documents to Slathborn. They concern our forthcoming move. Do take care on the road, and represent us well, monkey.
Just gonna snag this while I'm here, since I'm not coming back anytime soon. And I believe you just talked to somebody, and yeah. I was told to expect a scion, but I didn't expect it to be you. It's been far too long, monkey. You have something for me, yes? Yes. Let's see now. Yes, everything appears to be in order. You'll be staying with us for a while, yes? We had a dozen more like you. Since we don't, though, we'll just give you the work of a dozen men. I jest. Yeah, right, you will. It's possibly a primal. Back to do work of a dozen men, I see. Ha, but I jest. Even I can appreciate that an important man such as yourself has little time for menial tasks. But since you're here, mayhap you've been keen on having a look around the Scion's new home. See that impressive structure over there? That's the place. It was originally built to house a branch of the guild, you see. As such, it comes complete with a tavern where adventurers can rest on the road, fill their bellies with good food and drink, and their ears with tales of fortunes to be held about the realm. It may be a bit raunchous at times, but I imagine it'll be a good place as any to recruit capable men and women to your cause. Come with me, I'll show you around. Is that you, monkey? I'm quite sorry to interrupt, but I have a most urgent news. We received grim tidings from Gridania. It would appear our aid is required again at once. I must ask you to report to the Waking Sands with all due haste. Is everything quite all right, friend? I can't say I'm privy to the details, but it would appear there is no time for a leisurely tour. But no worries. You can rest assured that I'll see to all the necessary arrangements. Pray return any time after you've seen to your more pressing matters. All right. A messenger from the Twin Adder came to the Waking Sands while you were in Mordona. I wasn't privy to his conversation with the antecedent, but I did see the look on her face after he took his leave. Something is definitely amiss. Could it have been the Ixal of summoned Garuda again? Or mayhap Imperial forces have been sighted within the Shroud? Well, whatever it may be, I'm absolutely certain that it's nothing you can't handle. Go now and ask the antecedent if there's anything you can do. I knew this day would come, yet I prayed not so soon. We have reason to believe another primal, or an entity resembling one, has been summoned in Gridania. Thine arrival is customarily timely, monkey. The etheric waves leave little room for doubt. Thy talents will be needed ere long. If there be truth in my suspicions, 'tis a familiar foe we face, though one quite unlike the Lady of the Vortex.
We dare not draw conclusions without evidence, but as Urianger says, the readings bear strong resemblance to ones observed more than 5 years ago. Though I had hoped that the Moogles guard beyond such follies. Suffice to say, this disturbance warrants a full investigation.
Thy presence have been requested by Commander Hillo. He awaiteth thee at the Adder's Nest.
Pray hasten to Gridania, monkey. Ida and Papa Lima will rendezvous with you there. May you walk in the light of the crystal. A pleasure to see you as always, monkey. Thank you for answering my summons. Quite frankly, I could think of no one more qualified to... but we're getting ahead of ourselves. Allow me to explain. Not long ago, the Moogle Kupo Cop visited Adder's Nest to request an audience with the Elder Seer. He spoke with an imminent threat to all Moogle kind, one which would imperil the entire Twelveswood if left unchecked. You proved an able ambassador to the Sylphs, and we would have you reprise your role in dealing with the Moogles. The rest you should hear from Kupo Cope himself. He awaits you with the Elder Seed Seer at the Lotus Stand. Alright, let's go check him out. The other Scions have already arrived. May I show you in? Please, you have to stop them. But you mustn't kill them. They're not bad Moogles, Kupo. They're just misguided. A gentle, no, firm thrashing is in order. Yes, but no. Calm yourself, Kuplo Cope. Can you see that he hasn't the faintest idea what you're talking about? Be quiet this instant. Pray forgive his witless outburst, sister. Most grateful I am that you have come, monkey, and upon such short notice, truly Rugania could not wish for a more stalwart ally. But you are doubtless eager to know wherefore you were summoned. Our friend Kuplo Cup has brought us news of a most unsettling development. It would seem that good King Moogle the 12th has returned to Eorzea. A curious thing to hear, I know. Truth to tell, I myself cannot say for sure if he is a genuine figure from history, or some manifestation of Moogle mythology. Kuplo here would have me believe the former. Once upon a time, we Moogles served the gods in the heavens. It was quite nice up there, unspeakably beautiful, unimaginably spacious, and with a literally endless supply of wine, Kupo. In spite of this, or possibly because of the last part, the gods eventually became discontented and started squabbling, which made life jolly difficult for the poor Moogles. So good King Mogglemog XII, may his glorious name live forever, decreed that the time had come to leave Kupo. The realm of man would suffice, he said, so all the Moogles should live there instead. Unfortunately, the two realms are so far apart that we couldn't safely fly down. But good King Moogelmog XII, may his miraculous foresight ever be praised, knew exactly what to do, Kupo. He had a rope, you see, the longest one ever woven. This he nobly held while his subjects climbed all the way down to the world below. And that is how we Moogles came to this land, Kupo. All of us except good King Moogelmog XII. May his courageous sacrifice never be forgotten. He alone would remain in the heavens so that Mooglekind might at last know peace. Except that he has not remained in the heavens. From what I understand, that being your reason for contacting us, yes? I bet they tried the rope to something. Good thinking. Remind me again what the problem was with him returning to Eorzea? The problem, Ida, lies in the fact that he was summoned. It is our belief that good King Moogelmog XII is a myth made manifest via means akin to those employed by the beast tribes in the summoning of their gods. Wait, you're saying a handful of Moogles with a blood of crystals wished really, really hard and he just sort of appeared? Would that even work? Why, I can't even fathom why it would even try. With Garuda humbled and the ultimate weapon destroyed, what new threat could have prompted them to take such a drastic measure? Might that not in itself be the answer? Twice in the last decade, Eorzea has been brought to the very brink of destruction, only to be spared at the last by the heroics of a chosen few. To you, who braved those tempests and survived by virtue of own strength, this latest period of peace will doubtless seem a warm, welcome respite. But to those who had not the power to defend themselves, who were spared only by another's grace, this is merely the calm before the storm. I think the Moogle guards are afraid of what tomorrow will bring, and that things may not end so well as they did yesterday. That fear has driven them to call upon a greater power, one they believe can be relied upon to protect their loved ones and their homes come what may. I assure you, the Moogles Guard only want to protect the forest from the outsiders, but ever since the return of good King Moogelmog XII, may his boundless grace fill our hearts with love. They stated that they've started to get a little carried away, Kupo, verging on a lot, in fact. Like the sylphs who summoned Ramu, you mean? We cannot discount this possibility. This entity is influencing the Moogles in the manner similar to that of a primal. We share the same concern. Whoever or whatever the king may be, it is our belief that he poses a threat not only to Mooglekind, but to Gridania as a whole. Thus we do beseech you, Monkey, confront good King Moogelmog XII and drive him from our midst. Sure. Humbly, I do thank you. The sanctuary of the Moogles Guard on the and their liege lord is concealed by magical wards. Brother E. Sumayan of the Conjurers Guild will doubtless be able to offer insight on how they might be dispelled. Pray seek his counsel ere you proceed any further. Welcome, Monkey. Welcome. That you should be the one to face good Moogelmog XII is a great comfort, to me and the elementals both. As I am sure you know, the Moogles are not by their nature a warlike race, yet should the king be suffered to remain, it is like that his influence will bring about a change in them. Thus does it behoove us to defeat him quickly, before the lasting damage is done. Make whatever preparations you deem necessary, and inform me when you're ready to seek the king. The wards bearing access to the king's sanctuary can only be nullified through the use of enchanted keystones, the selfsame method employed 5 years ago when the king was first summoned to Eorzea. It was with great regret that we were forced to sanction the slaying of the guardians who held the keystones, for none were in our possession at the time. By the grace of the elementals, however, we have been spared that burden on this occasion. Kuplo Kup confided in me that they have been entrusted with a set of keystones by the Moogles guard themselves. Yet wishing not to betray their confidence, he begged me to find some other means to gain entry to the king's sanctum. Alas, I have been unable to do so, and dare not labor any longer, for fear that the Moogles might succumb to the corrupting influence of their liege lord. We must needs have Kupo Klup's keystones, monkey. Pray go to him and beg his assistance. He awaits you at West Shore Pier. Impress upon him our great need, and I am certain he will yield. Alright, let's go get this good King Moogle Mog. I think that if we can get to Moogle Mog, and if we can do it with NPCs, I don't think they added that. But if they did, then I will do it with NPCs. I will do the fight. If they did not, then I will probably just have my friend do it. We'll do it unsynced, so we'll just like blow through it. So you won't really get to see the fight, but that's okay. You get the cutscenes and the story, and that's what we're here for. So, how will you do it, Kupo? Oh, he told you about that? Well, if there truly is no other way, I'll do it, Kupo. Take the ferry to Sweet Bloom Pier, and I'll go on ahead. Don't you dare lie to me, Kupo. I know what you're planning, and I won't allow it. Open your eyes, Kupo. The king will never be satisfied, no matter how many crystals you bring him. We offered you a choice, and this is how you repay us? By consorting with some Makote? Imperials, Gridanians, Sylphs, you're no better than the rest of them. Actually, you're worse, Kupo. Traitor to his kin's Moogles. He plots treason against the crown. Enough! Kuplo Kup will answer for his crimes soon enough, as will all who defy the will of good King Moogle the 12th. May he reign forevermore, Kupo. The king is planning to purge the 12s of his enemies, Kupo. We gotta stop him before it's too late. The entrance to Thornmarch is deep within the Bramble Patch, Kupo. If you take me there, I can nullify the ward. But be warned, the Moogle's guard has set traps to lure enchanted beasts. I can't hide from them, so you'll need to protect me, Kupo. Alright, let's go. We're here, Kupo. I don't see any more beasts, do you? Are you ready to face the king, Kupo? Then step closer to the ward. Raise your hand and focus. Like when you attune to an aetherite. Kupo, I will open the way for you. The rest is up to you, Kupo. Now go teach these foolish Moogles a lesson and send the king back whence he came. I'll go ahead and get in the queue for it. While I wait for Rico, because I think he is AFK. Alright, here we go. This is maybe, by the way, one of my favorite fights in the whole thing. There is an extreme version, and I love the music. They sing. There are lyrics. They're just so good. Look up the song. It's amazing. Yes, this is the goofiest thing. Kupo, who in the seven hells are they? Meddling adventures, I wager. Moogle's Guard, to arm! Defend the king, Kupo! He is pretty much going to one-shot basically everything. Because he is a level 90 Reaper. this is completely different. Wow, they changed the fight completely. Before you had to kill them in a certain order in the second main phase before you could even attack the king. Wow, that was completely different. Alright, well. Moogle's done. Good. Got our Moogle weapon. Alright, continue the story. You did it, Kupo! You did it! Good King Mooglemog the 12th, may his mighty soul rest in peace, is no more. I shudder to think what might have happened had you not stopped the Moogle's guard when you did. Thank you, Monkey. Now, perhaps they'll come to their senses and stop playing at fairy tales. Rest assured that the chieftain will have choice words for them, too. You should go and tell Puckney Pock that the king is no more, Kupo. She's with Rayo at Camp Tranquil, and can relay the news to the chieftain. Do I dare believe my ears? Good King Mooglemog the 12th, may his magnificent virtue serve as an example to us all, has fallen. All Mooglekind owes you a debt, Kupo. Ah, and I see Rayo wishes to congratulate you as well. I shall speak with the two of you without fear of interruption. Alright. Your bravery and service to the 12wood and her Moogles shall not be forgotten, Monkey. My sister will doubtless wish to hear of the tales of this great victory from the mouth of the man responsible. Pray return to the Lotus Stand and treat her to a full account of today's events, while the details are yet fresh in your mind. Monkey, you are returned to us unharmed and victorious. Thus I have two reasons to be glad. Yet many questions remain unanswered. If you be so kind as to oblige me, I would fain hear all that occurred in Thornmarch. Then it was as we feared. The king really is a primal. But he really isn't, is he? I mean, the Moogles don't worship him. For one thing, he's not even a god to them. That doesn't sound like any primal I've ever heard of. Then mayhap the fault lies in the definition. The fact remains that through the combination of the power combined in crystals and the force of their collected faith, the Moogles called forth a being that by right should not exist. Moreover, when slain, said being left no corpse, the aether which comprised instead be scattered to the four winds. According to this accepted definition, he may not be a primal, but the mode of his manifestation was in every respect the same. Which means... Ascians. This whole business reeks of their handiwork. Kupo, they said it was a masked man who taught them how years ago, but Gridania had no shortage of masked men, and I never thought to question. Confound it all! How many more they ensnare with their tainted gifts? Too many, I fear. So long as there are paragons to stir the embers, fools to build the pyre, and crystals to feed the flames, ever and again shall we suffer a primal visitation. A somber thought, but a salutary one. My heartfelt thanks, Monkey. Already the information you have provided has proven invaluable. The Grand Serpent Marshal and I have much to discuss. Oh, before you do, my lady, I was hoping we might finish discussing that other matter. The matter of which you speak has even now been settled. The Scion shall not want for support. We shall be glad to send additional supplies to Revenant's Toll. We knew we could count on you, my lady. While Ida and I remain to discuss the particulars of our arrangement with the Elder Seedseer, mayhap you could return to the Waking Sands and apprise the antecedent of all that's transpired. It's good to see you hale and healthy, Monkey. I received word from Ida and Papalimo that you had felled the good King Moogle the 12th, but I had hoped to hear your version of the tale. So it was as they said, summoned with the same methods used by the beast tribes and taught by the Ascians. Though unfortunate, this incident did at least serve to remind the Elder Seedseer of our usefulness. Her offer of additional support could not have come at a better time. My thanks, Monkey. Alright, I think we're going to end this one right here. Because my daughter's awake, and we did get a good bit accomplished. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, we will see you in the next one.